Hi guys, this is Deadly Void with Diablo 3 Strategy Guide, giving you some theory crafting on the Paragon system. I'm going to go overview it first of all, and then I'm going to be talking about a hybrid approach between Magic Find and Experience and how to balance it and how you should look to upgrade your gear. I think it's a very important change because the Paragon system in itself is a big change to the game. Just to go over what it is, the Paragon system is one of Blizzard's new end-game content systems in which you can still improve your character after you leveled up to 60 and even if you maximize your items. The way it works is just like when you're leveling between 50 and 60, 40 to 50, it's the same system here, except now it's more focused on being able to get a little bit more stats, incremental stats, have some sort of ranking system, and to slowly phase out the Magic Find gear itself. By once you hit the level 100, you get 300 bonus maximum Magic Find and Gold Find, which is the capped max that they are going to have. Now the hybrid approach, just to go over it again, it's a mix and a balance between the Magic Find and the experience portion of it. And I think to really talk about the itemization of how you should approach this, I'll very briefly discuss how you include Magic Find in your gear. There's two main ways to achieve that. The first is to put Magic Find on every single piece of gear. I do it myself, but it is a more expensive approach. The second way, which is a lot more cost conscientious, is to put it only on specific pieces. The cost of Magic Find on each piece is actually different, and as you can see right here, it's because you can get a few different offensive affixes or modifiers on your gear from different pieces. For your critical hit chance, it's right here. Your critical hit damage, majority is your gloves and your jewelry. So if you do include Magic Find on these pieces here, your rings, your amulets, and any gloves piece, it's very expensive to do. So if you are trying to be cost conscientious, you want to just put it on the pieces that aren't that expensive that you have a slot for. And the reason that I want to talk about this is because what the experience percent gain is, it's either an item addition or a modifier addition. So it either make it more expensive or you're giving up some type of stat or number of stats to achieve it. Now there's really only three ways to increase your experience. The first is the helm, put the socket in, and the other is the legendaries here. So it's really a very limited amount to increase your ability to do the Paragon system. This is a much longer term system upgrade if you want to improve your Magic Find. The shorter term is to have Magic Find on your gear. The other way to do that is swapping, but a lot of the casual players don't like to swap, and so this is more geared around your gear as you have it without having to do any swap. The approach that I think for the hybrid approach to do best to achieve both the balance between the short and the long term is to first of all change your helm socket after you can do whatever content you're trying to farm. If you put the helm socket in, you get the immediate advantage to go towards the Paragon system. As you can tell, the other ways are new legendaries, and they're going to be both more expensive, and I doubt you'll be able to find them early on. So you want to put the socket in, and then you want to start improving the Magic Find on your gear. And the reason being is that you really want to maximize the drops that you can get out of what you're farming, in addition to being able to farm it and getting a good experience from it. So you want to get good gear in the short term while you're working towards increasing your Paragon levels. As the benefit from the socket with the ruby starts to diminish because of how hard it's going to start getting to level up this way, I would suggest putting more into the Magic Find portion, keeping it around 200 to 300% so you optimize your gear find while you're grinding for that level. And as your Paragon levels slowly increase, your base Magic Find slowly increases, what you can do is start lowering your Magic Find and really getting your end game gear there. So it's really an approach tailored to being able to do all of the above. I think if you are taking the hybrid approach, it is a really good focus. That when I started it was more Magic Find based, but it's the same method that I'll be using when I'm gearing up my monk because of these changes. Thanks for joining us, and you can find more tips and tricks on Diablo 3 Strategy Guide. And feel free to check out our blog post attached with this for a more in-depth guide about it.